All right, YouTube, what's going on? Matt Kennedy here. Happy August 2nd. Happy Saturday. Hope you guys have a safe and happy weekend. The last weekend without Madden football. And football is already back, guaranteed, because the Hall of Fame game. Some big news coming out. McLaurin, trying to get a trade. Micah Parsons trying to get a trade. So trust me, football is definitely back in the loop. Last night I was at the Guardians game. What a walk-off that was. Guardians are right now about 3 games out of the playoffs. So we're still in the race with 2 months left. Go Guardians. And then also the last thing is I am proud to announce I am going to the Browns home opener game against Cincinnati Bengals. I just realized, you know what, it's nice weather, September. Obviously the stadium's not going to last forever. We have a dome coming for the next 3 seasons. That's the last 3 seasons of this dome or this current stadium. So I wanted to go to a home opener before the dome. And then that way I could say I went to one home opener. I've never been to one, but it's going to be hopefully a winnable game versus the Bengals at home. We are about 6-point underdogs, but at the end of the day, it's a division rival. Anything can happen. So go Browns. I'll be there week 1. Just want to let you guys know. As for this one, okay, please understand the game comes out by August 7th by now. If not, you are literally living under a rock. We will be there at 9 a.m. as long as it does drop at noon. Whatever the time is of the drop, expect a 3-hour stream before that. So that will be adjusted if it's not that. The next thing I want to say for all you guys out there is make sure that you guys are getting some of your sets done for the rookie premieres as a last call, last warning before I go over the other player and reveals for Madden 26 right now. Kind of wrapping up some stuff here for Madden 25. Just make sure that you guys get this done. I mean, I do not have mine done right now, but literally that's on purpose because I know I'm more free tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And you're going to see right here that it's right here. It is due in 4 days, 11 hours. So don't act like it's like, super like hurry, but like we are down to under 5 days. So just be careful with that, please. Okay. I did it on purpose because now my summer camp's over, so now I have more time to just like do like other stuff in my life. So I'm excited for that to do the objectives. Don't forget the team chems too for the objectives. So go to the objectives and do the team chems. Okay. The next thing I'll say is going over some leaks, information. The loading screen is live. I'm not going to show the whole thing, but if you want to see the press start loading screen, there it is with Saquon Barkley. It looks pretty cool, honestly, not going to lie. We do have a revamped player choice from Mutt Leaks, but remember, this is going to be more for like CPU-controlled players. So like, for example, like when the CPU is using Spencer Rattler, then these mobile quarterbacks will be leaving the pocket after their first read. So if their first read's not there, they may scramble right away. And that's why I don't like Kenny Pickett because he's not that good. He can't probably go through all his progressions. That's why he has, leave pocket after the first read. That's why he better not start first week 1. I really hope it's Shador or Flacco. If it's Shador, even better. I saw Shador's first snap as a Brown, so first official snap. Joe Flacco, well, it's still hype because what he did 2 years ago for us. So, anyway, this is more CPU. Don't worry about it. Also, I am aware that the player database is live for like Madden stuff, like Madden 26. I am aware that the full database is live. I will be doing a full breakdown, probably no more though than like 10-15 minutes because at that point it's like too long, of like a breakdown of like my advice for franchise drafts. And also because in general, even though I am in a draft, I still want to help people out to make it the league fair and whatever. And also just in general, if you're curious about my thoughts of the franchise ratings and the devs and whatever, because the devs are out and released as long as you have abilities. We don't know star versus normal, but again, that's a franchise talk. More about Ultimate Team. We do know the official now. We missed it yesterday, or not yesterday, sorry. We missed it in terms of, I made a video yesterday, but that was before the edges and the, what's it called? The quarterbacks were out. So what are my thoughts on the quarterbacks? Well, obviously, I'm not sure what it is, but Josh Allen always misses throws. This is something that I am just in my own shell on, whatever. I really don't care if the comp community disagrees, whatever. Josh Allen does have one of the best releases, but for some reason he always misses throws. I think it's because when you pair it with Gunslinger, it's like too fast. And when it's too fast, the game cannot recognize the timing of a route. I actually, Anthony Richardson is like a similar release to Josh Allen, the AR release. And I used him without Gunslinger, and he was making more of his throws. Because remember, the release could be fast enough where you don't need Slinger. Now, obviously, we're not going to have Gunslinger on any quarterback for, probably at least a month or a month and a half, 2 months. But, I mean, just keep in mind that, like, I like Josh Allen, but at the end of the day, like, I don't want to pay for a quarterback that I know is a little bit glitchy, like, in the wrong way. Lamar Jackson is the best core elite in the entire game, in my opinion, because the guy literally has really good short, medium throws, but that's kind of what you do most of the time. The guy has everything pretty much like in the mid 80s, which is like awesome, like at launch. And then the 85 speed, if you want to do a Ravens theme team at launch, 86 speed, you are not going to be caught. You're going to have a linebacker, hopefully you have a rookie premier linebacker, Jahad Campbell, that's like at least 82, 83 speed for a linebacker, which is rare. Because the fastest linebacker has like 79, 80 speed. That's like Jeremiah, Fred Warner. So we better hope that we have some fast linebackers. I doubt D linemen will be able to be a quarterback spy for him. So that could be an exploit here early. Pat Mahomes, obviously a little bit slower, but he always has good throwing stats, and trust me, he will be good. One of the first years where he is not the top overall core elite. Joe Burrow, a little bit slower. Some throwing stats, not really where I want them to be. Lower throw power as well with 83 compared to the other ones. But I guess Lamar's 83 too. But not a bad quarterback. But for that overall, I better go Mahomes for all 80s. Same overall, all 80s, and one better speed. Jalen Hurts, the reason I'm going to analyze this is because we have the 80 overall one. The 80 overall one will probably have 77 speed, but all theme teams really 78, not bad. And then also, -3 stats. He'll probably have 80 short, 70, just -3 stats, right? So, I mean, throw power is going to be a liability, right? But at the end of the day, try to upgrade him as much as you can. He has all theme teams. The guy has a quick release without Gunslinger. He's pretty fast with, with all theme teams. So I am looking forward to that quarterback being my launch one. And I will say I have been creating, to pull up my spreadsheet here real quick. I have created a day one lineup sheet that I recommend everyone do for their own planning and prep and all that stuff. So here's mine right now if you missed my earlier streams and all that stuff. So we literally have Jalen Hurts, we have Saquon Barkley. Right now I'm going with one rookie premier receiver with how receiver speeds really are kind of like nerfed this year. Gates, just because you could have up to 3 tight ends, and he's the fastest tight end at launch. So like, even if he ends up being benched, you have up to 3 tight ends starting. So it's really good. Peppers for the MVP pre-order. We don't really know the overall, the rookie premier Will Johnson. I'm going Xavier Watts just because if he's fast enough, he could be a safety to start. And then, you could have up to 2 sub linebackers. He could be a sub linebacker. So, like, there's a lot of depth at that position, just like there is for the receiver with the, if you go Burden or Abuka for that rookie premier slot. And then Gates for the pre-order. So, a lot of depth. Now, Hurts and Barkley, you have to get them no matter what. So, that wasn't really a choice. Same with Peppers. Also want to go over this real quick. The idea of the Blockshed formula, why would this matter? Well, if you want to get run sheds and whatever, Blockshed does matter. Play rec does matter. Strength does matter. Body weight, we are not using that as an argument ever again because 5% of it is literally body weight. So at that point, really a D end with high Blockshed, high play rec, high strength, he'll be just as fun as a DT than anyone else at that point. So thanks EA for not making body weight matter because I thought weight does matter because it actually makes you just bulldoze someone, but whatever. That could be, I guess, more for pass rush, just, body weight and stuff. But body weight should matter, in my opinion. At least 10%. I would say it matters more at 10. I mean, double it. 5% is too low. For run blocking, you're going to care more about the run block rating and then much less about player weight. Are you kidding me? 7.5% drop. So player weight for, an offensive lineman is just not going to matter. And, as much. And if that's it for the run blocking, it's going to be for the pass blocking probably as well. Brock Purdy, just almost unusable there with 69 speed. That's disgusting. Baker Mayfield, high 70s, good release. Clearly going to be a good budget beast for a lot of people because of the release. High throw power matters. And then throwing stats aren't even that bad with the short and deep being above 80. Herbert always has a glitchy release. Not sure if I want to use him, but again, in a bad way. But maybe they fixed his release from last year, I remember. But his release is always, really slow. Like, that one, you almost need Gunslinger. And it's not a matter of, him missing throws. It's a matter of, his release just being too slow. Matt Stafford, same thing. Not really the worst, passer. Good throw power, but just too slow if you want to do anything in the run game. Same with Goff. Not a bad quarterback, but if you want to do anything in the run game, good luck. Those are pretty much the quarterbacks. Again, build off of the 80 Hertz, and then you could upgrade him to 87 with all theme teams and good abilities, they said. So that's what I would build off of. And then any other quarterback's really, a premium if you pull him B and D or whatever. Edge rushers, my thoughts on this. Obviously, top end ones like, Garrett, Watt, Parsons, for obvious reasons. Even though some of them aren't super fast like Garrett and Watt, they will still have good animations for hopefully, getting off blocks, pass rush sacks, bulldozing people. So, Parsons is my favorite because 81 speed, high finesse, good excel, but he'll probably be the most expensive, okay? Bosa, Crosby, high 70 speed, really good stats, well-rounded pass rush or tackle and all that stuff, but their 84s will not be super cheap. Same with Hendrickson, not bad at all, but he will not be super cheap. My favorite is Danielle Hunter. The guy has 83, finesse move. He literally has really good play rec, which helps you get off blocked. And then the speed and excel is really good for an 83. So for an 83, can't be super expensive, but 79 speed is also faster than any tight end in the game pretty much. So, or tied. So it shows you the comparison of the speeds. He's also faster than most quarterbacks in the game. With, I believe, even Josh Allen having only, 80 speed? No, he has Josh Allen speed. So if you're going against Josh Allen for a quarterback spot, Danielle Hunter is enough. And then Khalil Mack, in my opinion, he is going to be too slow. Okay, but he has some good stats, well-rounded, but just slow. Okay, that's really it for this video. Hopefully the video helps so much of a form, but besides that, going over a lot of MUT content for you guys for the days that are dwindling by. I'm not sure when I'll be able to stream this weekend, but again, I am doing my grinding off stream to finish the objectives and the rookie premieres. So we will go from there, guys. You guys take care, and thanks for watching my content. So much to go over in Ultimate Team. That's why these videos are so long. Bye, guys. Take care. Peace.